I accomplished my dream in my hometown and won a Super Bowl there, right? And I've made money, and I have insurance, and I have all these things at my disposal, and I'm still not okay.
Ryan Mundy, an 8-year NFL veteran, knows a little something about playing with heart. What he did not know was how to deal with all that was happening inside his head. How did you get into football?
I started playing football at the age of 7.
After making All-American at his Pittsburgh high school, Ryan played 4 seasons at the University of Michigan, then 1 season at West Virginia before the NFL came calling in 2008. It's quite rare for someone to get drafted by their hometown team.
It was quite surreal. I used to go to Three Rivers Stadium and take donations for my Pop Warner football team. And I would see the players pulling up in their fancy cars. And I was like, one day that's going to be me.
Ryan became a Super Bowl champion with the Steelers in 2009, going on to play 6 more seasons in the game, including 1 with the New York Giants and 2 as a Chicago Bear. Being a professional athlete, we all know the discipline that it takes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the physical aspect of it as well. There's also a mental aspect.
Yep.
What kind of toll did playing take on that part of Ryan Mundy?
I developed a really high tolerance for pain and being in uncomfortable situations. And that's great, but then you have to acknowledge, hey, like, I'm not okay, or I'm not feeling like myself. And in that sport, hypermasculinity, sometimes that's a difficult conversation to have.
I've heard that oftentimes NFL players face a bit of an identity crisis when they decide to hang up the cleats. What was your experience?
Very much the same, but the NFL offers these executive education programs that I was taking advantage of. I even got an MBA at the University of Miami, Florida, all while I was an active athlete. I was dealing with anxiety, I was dealing with depression, I was dealing with identity issues, and smiling on the outside, but struggling on the inside. And also during this time, my family was going through a list of chronic conditions. And so I reflected back on like my exposure in the venture capital space, where a lot of money flows to solve big problems. And I didn't see any money flowing to solve my problem or the problem that my family was going through. In October 2020, Ryan launched Alkeme, a mental health platform designed to meet the needs of the Black community. Why is there such a glaring void in the mental health care space for the Black community? Finding culturally intelligent care, folks who can understand your experience, really challenging proposition. Less than 4% of psychologists are Black, less than 2% of psychiatrists are Black. But then also mental health and wellness support is very expensive. Alkeme aims to even out the playing field of mental health practices, offering content from meditations to courses on relationships and more from clinical experts that look like him. I think we have gotten to a point where we talk about the need for therapy. And the reality is, a lot of people who need to do that, they don't have insurance, or they don't have a job, first of all, where they can leave for an hour in the middle of the day, or they can afford it on a regular basis. Therapy is a luxury.
How do you fix that?
We think about innovative approaches like, okay, well, what are we calling therapy? Things can be therapeutic that aren't necessarily therapy. Changing deep-rooted ideas about mental health may be harder than playing pro football, but Ryan is hopeful. You've got 2 kids, I've got 2 kids. One of the things that I always worry about is be seen fine on the outside, but I don't know what's going on in here. How do you make sure that your kids are mentally healthy? Yeah, talking to them. They didn't have an opportunity to see me as an active NFL athlete, but now again they have a front row seat to what it looks like to be a Black entrepreneur in America, right? And so like particularly, I got to walk the walk, and so like I meditate with my kids, I talk openly about my kids. We make sure that they have the things that they need for them to be the best and highest version of themselves. Ryan Mundy is he's going to do a lot of good. I checked the app is cool. You should check out the app if you can. But his larger mission, raising awareness, encouraging conversations,
get rid of the stigma.
Yes, because you see an NFL player and you think, oh, he's
superhero.
Right, right.
So they say when a lot of athletes retire, a lot of the athletes feel that they don't hear the rush, the clapping, and so really incredible story.
Thank you.
Really powerful.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.